You want to talk Georgia racketeering? Look no further than Fani Willis. That's the racketeer. That's the racketeering enterprise. That's the racketeering criminal enterprise. That's the Willis crime family. Forget the Gambinos and the Lucchese's. That's the one. Because if ever there was an organization that absolutely has skirted every conceivable aspect of what is and isn't decent, it's the Willis crime family. Let me tell you, I've never seen anything like this. Remember, all of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been avoided specifically if Fani Willis had said and admitted to a judge, yes, I've had a relationship with, and might still have a relationship with, Mr. Wade. That's it. That would have been the end of it. Because under the laws, that would not have disqualified her from the case. Under the laws, that would have not have disqualified her from the case. Period. But she didn't do that. Now, I'm no psychiatrist, I'm no psychologist, but if you told me she was a psychopath or a sociopath, I'd say, you know what? Doesn't surprise me, because she has no appreciation for consequence. Do you know what she has to do right now? Do you know what she has to do? Which would end everything? Resign, quit, consent to the disqualification, to the removal, to the recusal, whatever you want to call it. But she won't do that, because she's pig-headed, she's obstinate, She's contumacious. She's arrogant. She's self-entitled. She thinks she runs the world. She doesn't have to worry about laws. I don't know. We don't need no stinking badges. We don't need no stinking rules. She has shown nothing but contempt for not only the court, but the judge and everybody around her. All she'd have to do right now is she just said, you know what? Here. That's it. It's done. Wade can go off. Bradley can go off. Everybody will be fine. And they may very well still dismiss ultimately this stinker of a case. I don't know. But either way, that's all they had to do. That's all they would have to do. But she can't do it. And she won't do it. And the reason is very simply this. Because she is an egomaniac. But look at the individuals involved in this. Look at all of this witness intimidation. During Ashley Merchant's testimony before the Georgia Senate Committee, we hear about this fellow named Gabe Banks. Allegations made that Mr. Banks apparently is an Atlanta-based attorney whose wife happens to work for the DA's office. Interesting. And apparently, it seems that Mr. Banks represents Chris Campbell, who, of course, was from the Wade and Campbell law firm. And Mr. Campbell apparently did something. He was, according to records, he was hired to provide service as a taint attorney. Please, no jokes, please. Reviewing privileged communications and the like and evidence beginning in January of 2021 at a rate of about $150 an hour. Don't forget, Wade, Nathan, makes the most, $200 or so. That we know of, okay? Now, what's interesting about this is that Mr. Banks apparently, out of the blue, calls Mr. Bradley and says, "Are you the leaker? Are you the leak? Are you it? Huh?" Well, and then after that, we get a call from Mr. This is according to Ashley Merchant. We get a call from Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, who basically calls up and says, "I want to remind you of the attorney-client privilege." Now, throw that into the mix along with Cindi Lee Yeager's testimony that Mr. Bradley either was on the phone with or received a call from or was in the middle of some kind of conversation with Fani Willis, and she says to the effect, and I will repeat it, I'm going to get it, quote, "They are coming after us. You don't need to talk to them about anything about us. Repeat, they are coming after us. Us. You don't need to talk to them about anything about us." And this, of course, was done regarding questions that either the press or the media had about Mr. Wade's arrangements and the like. Now, imagine you're Mr. Bradley. Imagine you're Terrence Bradley. How is it that you could in any way possibly construe any of this as anything other than threats, obstruction of justice, witness tampering? Does this sound like, let me throw some predicate acts, racketeering, criminal enterprise? Now, I must have this all wrong. This certainly can't be. You can't have officers of the court, respected members of the Georgia bar, basically jumping on top of Bradley and threatening him. You know, you don't have to threaten somebody with a gun. You don't have to make an overt threat about, you're going to sleep with the fishes. You don't have to pull a Luca Brasi on him or anything like that. No. But this is the thing which is the most important. It seems like there's a degree of lawlessness and a complete and total disrespect on the part of all of the parties for the rule of law, the decorum of the court, and there's no concern for even providing the appearance of something that would be considered inappropriate. Now, I don't know about you, but the day I am never, ever going to call somebody up, a potential witness, a witness against a district attorney, a witness, a witness who very well could be very soon a federal witness, because let me tell you something, dear friend, if these folks, if Fani Willis and Nathan Wade and Bradley and everybody were a part of a Trump family sort of DA's office, I mean, not Ivanka family, but I mean, a Trump connected, I promise you, Merrick Garland and the FBI would be all over the case. There would be civil rights investigations. There would be FBI investigations. They would be put on notice that you are perhaps maybe a subject or a target of a grand jury investigation. They would have shut that thing down so fast, it's not even funny. There would be a 65 Project analog where all of these lawyers who dared to represent Fani and her attendant issues would be blasphemed and creamed in terms of bar complaints. Let me tell you right now what Fani is looking at. Perjury, I don't know, multiple counts. Contempt, multiple counts, multiple instances. Not just attitudinal, but violating also campaign laws. Remember when she said, well, I've got some cash from the campaign account. What? Not to mention, I know this is really bizarre, but when it comes to Wade and even Bradley to an extent, this IOLTA, interest on law trust accounts, they're using these as kind of like their own piggy banks, at least ostensibly. It could very well be construed as that. That's the kiss of death. Then you've got everything from, did Fani even violate the rule of sequestration? Didn't she come in and say, I want to answer something after she supposedly they were arguing against her? What the hell's going on here? What is going on here? And I didn't mention anything about Manny Aurora. This was the latest one who said, oh yeah, I knew all about that. In fact, we found out that according to him, Mr. Wade had a garage door opener to slide in. I hate that. Pardon me, my friends. I hate that little stupid reaction thing. As I'm talking about something serious, I get this stupid thumbs up. In any event, this is beyond anything I've ever seen. At 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. we do live streams. And I have said then, and I'm telling you now, I never, ever thought that I would ever see anything even remotely as bizarre as this. I would have never thought it would go this far. I would have never thought it would even remotely be this interesting. I thought, okay, so what? A motion to disqualify. Big deal, so what? Oh, no. No. It's bigger and worse and more involved and contrived than anything I even thought possible. And if you really want to look, and I do not believe this is far-fetched, but if you really want to look at what represents racketeering, criminal enterprises, you've got this woman who has run this imperious office, giving monies out for special grand juries that Ashley Merchant can't even define what a special grand jury is. Remember that Emily Kors? Remember that real weird, strange grand juror who was so giddy and happy about maybe indicting Trump. By the way, special grand jury cannot indict. They merely ask questions. I don't know what the hell that's about. But you've got this special grand jury, special prosecutors, special monies. Were they accounted for? Who knows? Because it seems to anybody with two neurons in a working synapse that Fani Willis just doesn't give a damn about the rules, doesn't give a damn about how things look, doesn't give a damn about her duty, doesn't give a damn about anything. She's who she is. And the best part is during the course of Ashley Merchant's testimony, did I hear correctly something about somebody, her referencing something about Fani being in the, not poorhouse, but having some financial difficulties? Dear God! Where did she get $8 million from? I mean, God bless her, this is the land of opportunity, but wait a minute, who is this? Where does a woman who has basically done really nothing other than work some, honorable, but certainly not lucrative government contract deals, where does she get $8 million? Then she even meets with Kamala Harris. What's this about? Did you see this one? She said that they basically, she spent time with Kamala Harris before they indicted Trump. And we don't know exactly what was said, but the lies. Here you've got Wade who says, I don't really know anything. We weren't really friends. How about 12,000 text messages? Text messages. This should be a lesson to you. Don't put things in writing. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, my dear, dear friend. If this were Donald Trump, or a Donald Trump prosecutor, and not Fani Willis, this chosen one, this protected one. And let me also tell you something. When Cindi Lee Yeager from the Cobb County, she's the co-chief, DA, when she must have gotten the word from her boss, go ahead, bury her. For her to say, excuse me, I've got some information you might want to know, it's changing constantly. That means that whatever Kevlar, whatever shield that Fani enjoyed, it's done. The signal's up. Kamala's not going to be answering her calls anytime soon. She's contaminated. That's why the next thing, if you have to bet, Fani's going to have to step down. And this is great news for Trump because it basically kills the momentum of the case. And it just is the end of Fani Willis. My friends, please, thank you for watching. Accept my gratitude. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, I'd love to hear what you think about this. Comment as you see fit.